Okay, here we are. Rivalry week college football predictions. So I'm going to do my rivalry week college football predictions. We're going to start with the Thursday game, the Egg Bowl, Ole Miss and Mississippi State. Look, the game is going to be very interesting. Lane Kiffin, of course, we know he's flirting with other jobs and things like that. How much will that affect Ole Miss? Their past game is really, really amazing. And of course, Mississippi State, they've already fired their coach. So I have Ole Miss winning this game. Look, Arkansas and Missouri, two teams that are kind of heading in opposite directions. Look, Arkansas had a good game against FIU, a good tune-up game. Got to be good at fundamentals. Got to have a good crowd because Missouri is firing on all cylinders and is looking extra competitive. So I've got the Tigers. The way Oregon's at home and the way they blew at Arizona, Bo Nix is really trying to stay in the top two for that Heisman discussion. Maybe if they win the conference title, he can win a Heisman as well. And DJU, of course, wants to disrupt it. Fun quarterback duel. I think DJU steals the Heisman from Bo Nix. Alabama and Auburn. Look, Auburn just lost to a New Mexico State team during Cupcake Week, and that means that they're not ready for the Iron Bowl, even if it is in Jordan Hare. I've got Alabama. Louisville and Kentucky. Look, Kentucky, I feel like Mark Stoops' defense really good, really fundamentally sound. Louisville and Jeff Brom has an amazing personality. A one-loss team with possible playoff potential. I mean, things would have to fall right. I just feel like they eliminate themselves, though, so to speak, by losing to Kentucky. LSU hosting Texas A&M. A&M cut off their Jimbo. They fired their coach, Jimbo Fisher, yeah. And it's one of those teams without a coach don't always win during rivalry week. So I'm picking LSU. Washington State and Washington. Look, Penix, the Heisman guy. I think he shows out and shows off in this game. Washington wins big. Georgia Tech and Georgia. Look, man, Georgia Tech's going to have to run the ball if they're going to have any chance of keeping this close. And Georgia is just the number one team in rush defense. So I've got the Dogs beating Georgia Tech. Florida and Florida State. Florida State's going to be in a tough road environment without their starting quarterback, who has really been the guy when they needed some help. The defense kind of struggled a little bit. It was more of the shock of their lost quarterback, I think, or the just having a lackluster start because you're not good enough for the game. They'll be up for this game, and I think they'll turn it into a sloppy defensive struggle that turnovers are going to matter, and home teams sometimes can get a turnover or two and win a rivalry football game. Give me the Gators. Texas and Texas Tech. Look, this could be a really, really close game. But Texas, after that Iowa State game, looked really, really beat up. The offensive play calling is terrific right now for the Longhorns, and that will be the difference in this game. If Texas is going to win, if Tech's going to win, it's going to be gritty defense and just slowing down the Longhorn offense and kind of finding a way to win up front. At the beginning of the season, a lot of the magazines like Lindsay said that Texas Tech was one of the most experienced teams in the Big 12, and I think they end on a high note. The Group of Five Game of the Week. JSU and New Mexico State. Two teams that will be playing basically for the conference, for the right to play in the conference championship game of Conference USA. Now, JSU is one of those teams that could have a 10-win season and not go to a bowl game. If they win here, give me Jacksonville State. And maybe they get a bowl game if the NCAA will change the rule altogether. Anyways. Ohio State and Michigan. Sign stealing. We're not going to talk about it. We're going to make a prediction. Look, Michigan team, even without Jim Harbaugh, are they as good? Nah, maybe, probably not. But they do run the football just as well. They are still just as talented, and they are at home. And home fans that are, I'd say frustrated probably. I mean, for just being on the news for the wrong reasons. They're like, why aren't you talking about the undefeated season? And they've beaten Ohio State 2 years in a row because of their run game. Give me the Wolverines. I'm Josh George. This was my rivalry week college football predictions.